guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on a tumbler with some transparent vinyl. This little tool that I am using is from the Amy's Make Everything, and it is a tool to help you center your lines, whether they be vertical or horizontal, on your tumbler. So you'll get a much straighter look to your lines. Okay. So I just used my little tool so that I could kind of place my tape where I am going to need it so that I don't go um, kind of wonky on it. Because if you know me, you know I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. So we are going to tape this off, and on this bottom portion I am applying some chalk paint, and I am going to apply it all around my tumbler and wait for it to dry. This chalk paint dries fairly quickly. I did end up having to do 2 coats just so that the stainless steel wouldn't peek through. Even though the glitter I am using is on the darker side, we are using 2 different colors of glitters. I got this particular glitter from It's Pretty Personal, and I am just going to be applying it all around my cup. And this is a chunky mix, so after this I am going to um, try to flatten it out a little before going into my second coat, and then I will be going in with a piece of parchment paper to make sure that every single glitter is as flat as it can be. So before my glue dries, I am going to remove that tape, and as you can see here, I am kind of just patting it down a little so that it's not completely, pokey. So here I am rolling it in some wax paper, parchment paper, whatever you want to use. And now I am going to go again with some chalk paint and paint that top portion, and going in with this beautiful glitter called Pearl from Maestra Creations. And I am also going to be doing a second coat on this, and after I have both of my layers of glue dry, I am going to epoxy it, and I am going to measure out my vinyl piece. I don't exactly remember where I got this vinyl from, but if that shop still has it available and if I remember what it's called, I have it in the description below. So after I measure this, I am going to cut it with my paper trimmer, and then I am going to use a sanding block to sand down any of the rough edges that I may have on the bottom of my tumbler. And with transparent vinyl, I know you're not supposed to technically do this, but it wasn't necessarily going to show since it was just on the bottom. My cup came out fairly smooth, so I didn't have to do any sanding on the main part of the tumbler, just the bottom. And I did draw a line with a Crayola marker so that when I go to place down my vinyl, I can get it down as straight as I possibly can. So after this, I am just going to take a little bit of alcohol on a cotton pad and just remove that line so that when I go to finish off with wrapping my tumbler, you don't see that line. And I am also going to introduce you guys to another nifty little tool that I got recently. And it helps you cut straight lines. So after I finish wrapping my tumbler, I am just pulling the edges of the leftover vinyl here, as you can see, and I am just going to pull it all the way around my tumbler to get it as flat as possible on the bottom. So this is that little tool that I was mentioning. It's kind of like a ruler, but it has a sharp blade. so that you can use it to cut like your vinyl pieces. So I did get this as a I got a version of this as a freebie from the BAMF Custom Creations subscription box. So I decided to go ahead and purchase this one. And I know I am out of frame a little. I am sorry for that. So all you have to do is just align it to the top of your tumbler and then go down with the blade. And as you can see, it creates that perfect seam. So here I am just going to apply my decal. It is a Bible verse in Spanish. This particular tumbler was a custom order that my sister asked me for. So I did have a little bit of issues with my vinyl, so I am just placing the letters and the words where they need to go. And then after, I am going to be placing my vinyl stripes. And since I did kind of end up messing up a little, I did end up cutting my vinyl a little bit so you can see um, that orange glitter that we used in the beginning. So I am just going to use some vinyl to cover up my mistakes. And once I get to where the letters are, I am just going to kind of run my nail through and kind of make an indentation so that I can cut it out with my X-Acto knife so that it has more of a seamless look on it. And I am also going to be placing a line in the middle of those two vinyl lines just to kind of tie everything together. It is going to be a thinner line that I am going to use, so it's not going to be too thick. So I think this tumbler actually ended up looking pretty cute. And after this, I am going to apply 2 more layers of epoxy and this tumbler will be ready to go. If you do have kind of like the fish eyes in the tumbler where you have your holographic vinyl, you could always use Mod Podge or some Quick Coat from Counterculture, or find like some other part that's other material that you can use to seal your tumbler. So this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!